Good morning, students. In the series of online tutorials, we will discuss today network access methods. In this topic, we will discuss how data can be accessed from one terminal, one node to another node, and which are the methods uses for network access or data access from the source. There are so many methods available to access the data from client to client or node to node or client to server or server to client. Okay, so before starting this, we watch one video that describes how data will transfer from one source to another source and one place to another place. Let us see.
Hello everyone. Today we'll be speaking about the two media access used in Ethernet wire and in IEEE 802.11 wireless networks. We will begin our discussion by first looking at the protocol that is used in Ethernet wired connections, CSMA-CD.
That is a protocol used what are the rules implemented while transferring data from source to destination.
This stands for Carrier Sense Multiple Access with Collision Detection. Think of two devices trying to communicate with one another using this protocol as two warehouses shipping items to each other on a single road. Before warehouse A sends their shipping truck to warehouse B, they first listen to see if the road is free. This is the carrier sense part. If the road is busy, warehouse A must wait until the road is clear. Once warehouse A determines that the road is free, they send the shipping truck on its way.
Okay, in this there are two warehouses where we can store our goods. Warehouse A and B. A wants to transmit their product to B. At the time, first they will listen. Is the road is free? That is carrier sense. Okay, if the road is free, then it will transmit.
What may happen is that warehouse B could also have sent their shipping truck at the same time, and this would lead to a collision. The warehouses have the ability to detect any collisions on the road, and thus they will know if their trucks have collided. After the collision, both warehouses then start a random timer and send their shipping trucks again after the time is up. If there are multiple collisions, the random timer is increased up to 16 times, then the shipment is discarded.
Okay, so come back to our presentation and we discuss whatever we watched in this video. Right, so first of all, CSMA-CD. That is a way of transport your data, how network can be accessed. So CSMA, it abbreviated as Carrier Sense Multiple Access. So carrier sense, how you will transmit, how your data will be transmit. That sense known as carrier sense. Multiple access, at the same time we can access multiple devices, that is multiple access. And CD, collision detection, that means in between, if your data is coalesced, then there may be chance to destroy your data. So CSMA CD, that is an access method. Everyone has every host has equal access to the wire and can be placed data on wire when the wire is free from traffic. Here there is a transmission medium, that is a wire, that may be a wireless medium. So first of all it will check, is it free? Is it free to transmit your data? If that is a free, then network will transmit the data. Okay. When a host wants to place data on a wire, it will sense the wire to find whether there is a signal ready on the wire. If the wire is free, then it will check the signals are free, ready to send. Okay. If there is a traffic already in a medium, the host will wait. If there is no traffic, it will place the data in the medium. That is quite easy. Suppose we have a channel. Like circular. If we want to pass some data from one end to another end, then we have to check the road is free. If the channel medium is free, then we can transmit our data from source to destination. Okay. But if two systems place data on the same medium, same time, they will collide with each other and destroying the data. If we are passing data from both the end, then at some time it may be destroyed. If the data is destroyed during transmission, the data will need to retransmitted. That is the overlapping of a data. After collision, each host will wait for a small interval of time again and it will pass the data. So now once again we deeply revise the words, what it says: carrier sense, multiple access as well as collision detection. What is carrier sense? All computers on the network, there are so many computers on the network. Okay, so all computers on the network are watching or sensing. They observe which channel is free, where is no traffic. So all computers on the network are watching or sensing the network for network traffic. If the network has data already on the wire, a system will wait until the wire will be free. That is carrier sense. Okay, another one, multiple access. All computers on the network have equal access to the network at given time. Computer A, computer B, computer C, all computers have a same rights, same priorities, same access mechanism to access the network. At any time, any computer can send their data. Okay, in other words, anyone can place data on the network whenever he or she choose. Right? Whenever computer A wants to send data, it may. Whenever computer B wants to send data, it proceeds. Okay, so that means, however, the workstation on the network will try not to place data on a wire at the same time. The wire is transmitting other data because two pieces of data will collide and it may be destroy your data. That's why it is so important for workstations to sense the wire. Before transmitting your data, you have to check, you have to analyze the channel is free for transmitting your data. If is it, then and then only we have to transmit our data, otherwise it may be collide. Next one, collision detection. How to detect a collision? Where is the problem? When two workstations send information at the same time, the data will collide and may be damaged in the transit. When two workstations have data that has been involved in collision, they resend the information out of the network at variable intervals. So if there is a chance, there is a possibility of collision of data and there may be a collide of data, then each node have to retransmit your data on a network, and at the destination part there are some mechanism to rearrange your data in a proper manner, in a order, then that may be in proper sequence. The nice thing about CSM and CD is that workstations decide when to send data, trying to prevent collisions. However, there is always the possibility that multiple workstation, what is workstation? Node, our computer system, workstation will send data out at the exact same moment and the network is clear, resulting in the data collision. So that is quite easy. What it says, before transmitting your data, first we have to sense, we have to analyze the channel, the physical medium on which we are transmitting the data is available for us. If yes, then we will transmit your data. And we cannot sense the free of physical medium, and perhaps our data may collide, then we have to retransmit our data within a network. Okay, that is CSMA CD. Carrier sense, multiple access, collision detection. Another method, and it is CSMA CA. That is, before a host sends real data on a wire, it will sense the wire to check if wire is free. Okay, if the wire is free, it will send a piece of dummy data. There is one technique. First of all, we will send a dummy data. If the dummy data is properly transmitted over a network, then actual data will be transmitted. So CSMA, that means carrier sense multiple access, or CA, that is collisions avoidance. That means there is a less chance of make a collision, collide your data. So that is more powerful, right? If it does not collide, so dummy data is not collide, the host will assume that the real data will also not collide. Carrier sense multiple actions, collision, multiple access, collision avoidance. CSMA-CA is similar to CSMA-CD, except for one main difference is that when a workstation senses that the wire is free, it sends out dummy data first instead of real data. While CSMA-CD, it will transmit, it proceed for our actual data. In CSMA-CA, it will never transmit in first attempt, it will transmit the dummy data. If the dummy data collide with other information on a wire, then it will wait for free of transmission medium, and after that it will again resend the dummy data. If the real data collides and does not reach the destination, it will resend by the sender. And CSMA-CD is used 802 802.11 wireless network. 802, that is our group of networking group. There are so many childs of 802, 1, 2, 3, 11 and 13. There is a wireless network uses 802.11. What are the differences between CSMA-CD and CSMA-CA? Let we discuss. First one, CSMA-CD, that is effective after a collision. That means whenever we collide the data, then CSMA-CD effect, it works. And CSMA-CA, it works before transmitting, before collision. CSMA-CD uses wired network, while CSMA-CA can use wireless network. CSMA-CD reduce the recovery time, and CSMA-CA minimize the possibility of collision. CD, that means it will detect the collision, and CA, it will analyze avoidance of collision. So CSMA-CD recover the time, and CA, that will minimize the possibility of collision. CSMA-CD resend data frame whenever the conflict occur, and in CA will first transmit the intent to send the data transmission. CD, that is 802.3 family, while CA 802.11 standard. Okay, that is CSMS CD and CSMS C. Okay, another one, that is token passing. As we discussed, to transmit your data from one source to another source and one node to another node, we can use CSMS CD or CSMS CA. There are some chances to collide your data. One another method, and that is token passing. As the number of hosts in the network increases, the chance of collision also will more. In token passing system, when a host wants to transmit, it should hold a token, which is an empty packet. See here in figure, we have four stations, and token will pass regularly from station 1 to 2 to 3 and so on. Whenever a node wants to transmit, node wants to pass data, it hold the token. After holding the token with that particular node, it may transmit their data. The token is circling the network in very high speed. If a workstation wants to send data, it should wait for a token. When the token has reached on the workstation can take the token from the network, fill it with data, mark the token as being used, and place the token back into the network. First of all, token is empty, and as and when token is on the source on a particular host, then it will hold the token, fill up the data, and pass again in a circle in a network. We will see a video for token passing. After that, we discuss another one.
Token ring is another technology of the link layer. Token ring networks are implemented as a ring topology. This ring is also called a logical ring. The physical topology of a token ring network is star-shaped, with all computers connected physically to each other. The access method used in a token ring network is known as token passing. A token is a specific bit sequence which is passed around the network. Only the computer that holds the token can transmit data. As soon as the first computer on the token ring network goes online, the network generates a token. This token is passed around to every computer on the ring until one of the computers takes control of it. As soon as a computer has captured the token, it sends out a data frame to the network. This frame is passed around the ring until it reaches the computer whose address matches with the destination address of the frame. The frame is then copied by the destination computer and marked to indicate that the data has reached its destination. Then the frame is passed around the ring again until it gets back to the source computer, where the transmission is confirmed as successful before the frame is deleted. Afterwards, the source computer sends out a new token to the ring, so the other computers can transmit their data as well. Token ring networks typically operate at 4 or 16 megabits per second. Taking a closer look at the token ring frame format,
Okay, that is the uses of token ring. How token will pass and how data will be filled up. Okay, another one, that is polling access method. Polling process, how to pull your data. Polling process is similar to the roll call performed in class, that is attendance system. Number 1, number 2 roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3. When your faculty member come into the class and what is the first task, that may be taking attendance of students, then professor asks roll number 1 and students will respond yes sir. Roll number 2, students will respond yes sir. Whenever any students is absent, suppose roll number 14 is absent, then there is no response from the client. So professor will again ask roll number 14, and some response from another students, that is roll number 14 is absent today, then that is a polling of access method. Now take a look. Just like a teacher, a controller sends a message to each node in turn. In this, one acts as a primary station, that is controller, and another, that is secondary station. All data exchanges must be made through the controller. Okay, a controller, a professor. The message sent by controller contains the address of node being selected or granting access, roll numbers 1, 2 up to number of students. Although all nodes receive the message, but the address one responds to it and sends data if any. All students listen carefully, roll number 1, roll number 2 and roll number 3, and who will respond? In a sequence, individual students have a roll number and the appropriate roll number students will respond. Okay. If there is no data, roll number 14 is absent, usually a poll reject, NAK, no acknowledgement message will be sent back. Okay. Problem include high overhead of polling message and high dependence on the reliability of the controller. There is a polling access method. Here we have a sender as well as receiver. In this figure, primary station and secondary station. When primary station wants to access the data from A as well as B, so primary station